The CFA level 1 and level 2 exams are just a month away, and I'm pretty sure you're just as stressed, anxious, nervous as I was when I gave my exams. However, we all can grow by sharing, and that's why I'm sharing with you my last 1 month study strategy that I used both for level 1 and level 2, and it worked pretty well because, guys, definitely I cleared the exam. So, without wasting any more time, let's head straight to the topic. Hi guys, thank you for watching my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. Like I said in the intro, we are going to talk about the last 1 month study strategy that I used to clear my level 1 and level 2 exams. So let's get straight to it. Number 1, ethics every day. Yes, you heard it right. Many of us take ethics very lightly, especially for the level 1 students. I'm pretty sure if you've studied ethics, you'll be like, ye to bahut simple hai, I know it and things like that. And I'm sure you do, but unfortunately you really need to practice, because in the exam the question will be very easy. You will be very confused with the options. A, B and C might sound too similar to differentiate and find out which option is actually the correct one. Therefore, today, literally now, till at least one day before your exams, you should do 10 to 20 questions of ethics every single day. Like, you should start your day first thing, ethics ko lo, 10 to 20 questions kar hi lo. Don't skip that. It is very important. On a personal note, I don't really think that at this point you should read ethics again. If you have, and if you know what all the 7 standards mean, then in my opinion, I really don't feel that reading ethics again and again will be very helpful. Like I said, practicing is the key, because reading aapko samajh aa jayega. It is honestly not very tough. For level 1 students, if you still haven't understood the 7 standards, then let me know. Maybe if you want me to do like a quick one video of explaining all 7 standards in simple language, I will do. But yeah, basically for ethics, just understand properly, very properly understand what each standard means, understand what is required, what is not required, and is a positive point is usually recommended. So try not to memorize, just understand and practice. Once you understand it, तो उसको बार बार पढ़ने से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. You will need to practice, because like I said, in the exam your only difficult point will be that all 3 situations seem very similar, और उसमें आप मार खाओगे. इसीलिए very important point, from today till at least one day before your exam, you have to do 10 to 20 questions of ethics every day without skipping. Like, that is non-negotiable, right? Point number 2, cumulative study. Now, what does this mean? I'm assuming that most of you have completed one thorough reading of the entire syllabus. If you haven't, please don't panic. Take 2-3 days, complete it. Aram se karo. It's okay even if you take like 4 to 5 days more. But just do it. And when I say thorough reading, it should be like you have read it once. हाँ, एक साथ याद नहीं कर पा रहे होंगे, but अगर आप वापस बुक खोलोगे आपको याद आ जाएगा. So that is what I mean by one thorough reading. If you are done with that, now you get to the point of cumulative revision. That is basically you revise one particular subject. So let's take FRA. You start with FRA. You just revise it. When I say revise, revision goes faster than studying, right? तो अगर आपको FRA as a subject पढ़ने में 1 week लगा, revising shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 days on the top. Frankly, 2 days per subject is what your limit should be for revision. Maybe you can watch tutorials if you like it. If you've read it once, you can honestly do that. I did that. I only watched tutorials during my revision. You can also skim through your notes. Basically, just revise, okay? Because you know it. I know you feel like you don't, but trust me, if your first reading was thorough, you do know it. You just need to trigger your memory कि oh ये था और वो revision से हो जाएगा. So don't panic. Just quickly revise. The moment you finish revising, go to your learning ecosystem, which is on the CFA website. Go to the learning ecosystem. Go to that particular subject. So we're talking FRA. Go to FRA. Start solving questions from there. Okay. Immediately, the moment if you finish your revision at say 4 p.m., immediately by 4:30 on the top, do that. Solve those questions. Solve at least 10 questions, 10 to 20 questions immediately. Then you're done with FRA. Abhi ke liye. Then what you'll do is you'll start your next subject. So let's assume you start a corporate finance. Okay, the moment you start studying corporate finance, say you take 2 more days for corporate finance. During those 2 days, while studying corporate finance, you will also solve ethics. You will also solve FRA. So your day will start solve ethics, solve FRA, revise corporate finance. Okay. Then you're done revising corporate finance, immediately go to the learning ecosystem, go to corporate finance, solve those questions. Then your third day or your fourth day will look like, say your next subject is eco, right? Eco revision, ethics questions, FRA questions, corporate finance questions, eco revision. Then keep revising eco, okay? The moment you're done with eco revision, go to the learning ecosystem, solve eco ke questions that day, then go to your next subject. Say you go to a portfolio management. Then how will your next day look like? Solve ethics, solve FRA, solve corporate finance, solve eco, and revise portfolio management. So that is what I mean by cumulative revision. कि जैसे जैसे रिविजन होती जा रही है उसको कंटिन्यूसली सॉल्व करते जाओ. इवन इफ यू सॉल्व 7 to 10 to 20 questions of that particular subject a day, I think it's fine. I did that. Everybody has opinions, but yeah, I think that is fine because that just keeps your memory triggering. The biggest problem that many students face is that 10 subjects, too many chapters, too many things to remember at once. So what happens is the moment you're done revising, you feel कि हाँ अब मुझे आता है, but the moment you go to the next subject, you forget the previous subject. So the goal of cumulative revision is to keep the other subject fresh in your mind even while you're studying something else. So even while you're studying portfolio management, the other two subjects are still running in your memory because you're solving questions. So you have to keep that alive, right? So that cumulative revision is very, very, very important. Point number 3, and much to contrary belief, I like solving the CFA mocks, the one that the institute provides, only during the last week. Like if the exam is say on this Saturday, then I will solve it just like 3-4 days before the exam. मैं उससे पहले नहीं करती. A lot of people feel that they should do it before, and that might be an opinion that works for them, but for me, I have always, that is for level 1 and level 2, always solved my mocks just 1 week prior to the exam, like within the week. In fact, to be very honest, just 2 to 3 days prior to the exam, and 1 day before the exam, I always keep one mock, like not a complete mock, either an AM or a PM, whatever. I just keep one aside and I solve that. आप बोलोगे why am I keeping so much stress for the last minute? It's actually not stress. It is a quick revision because you are, like I said, solving is the only key, right? So if 1 day before you are solving all of that, it's great. You're automatically revising all subjects and you don't know what is coming. So it's almost like you're giving a test. Keep a timer on for at least one mock because you should just know how much time you're taking. Frankly, for level 1 and level 2, I don't think you will face a time crunch. But just keep the timer on so that you're 100% confident that you won't face a time crunch. All these things really help. And last but not the least, it's okay. It's a competitive exam, luck plays a factor. You might ace it, you might not ace it, you might study much more than what I'm suggesting, you might follow the exact, CFA pattern that people say or very rigorous people do. You might follow what I do, you might follow your own pattern, and you might pass, you might not pass. It's okay. I know it's easier said than done, but it is okay. You will move on. At that time, it might feel like, oh my god, it's very traumatic, it's very stressful, falana dimkana, everything. And it's right, you will feel like that, but you'll move on. Trust me, आप move on कर जाओगे. So just keep reminding yourself at every moment, because anxiety attacks are very common in the last 1 month. Keep reminding yourself at every moment that it is just an exam. Yes, it is important, yet yes, it is expensive, but it is just an exam. And as much as your hard work is important, there is a certain factor of luck that is involved in every competitive exam that we give. So हार्ड वर्क का पूरा कोटा खत्म करो और लक भगवान जी पे छोड़ दो. जस्ट बी ऑनेस्ट टू योर सेल्फ, मेक श्योर दैट यू नो व्हाट यू आर डूइंग एंड you've done your best, and then just leave the rest. All the best to all of you guys. Please keep watching this space. I'll be sharing a lot of tips for the next coming weeks. In fact, my next video is gonna be 3 things that you can follow 1 day before the exam or on the exam day that is really helpful. And trust me, I'm not gonna say keep calm, be stress free and everything, क्योंकि मेरे को पता है वो सब नहीं होता. We all are extremely stressed at that time. So those 3 tips to follow on the exam day and 1 day prior to the exam day are not about keeping calm and all. They are very, very, very important tips and tricks that I have followed throughout, and trust me, honestly, those are life-changing tips. So stay tuned for that. If there's anything that you want me to cover, any particular topic that you feel like थोड़ी सी clarity ज़्यादा चाहिए, if I have that level of clarity, I will definitely share it with you, or I'll get someone to share it with you. So let me know anything that you guys need assistance with, and I will definitely try to help because I know how you guys are feeling. So yeah, that's it for today. All the best to all of you. I hope you ace it and you kill it. Let me know in the comment section जब exam pass करके आओगे. I'll be very proud. I'll see you guys next week. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.